we do admit ukuthi our land was taken by white people.
Thina abantu abamnyama sidinga umhlaba because we don't feel like we belong anywhere.
I don't just want a land out of a blue. I want what belongs to me or my family.
I feel I can understand the position of the people who are saying give us back our land.
I don't need land because I have no plans for the land.
They stolen our land, we want it. We are going to occupy the land without compensation.
I was born in Beaufort West, and we were removed by the apartheid regime system to Mdantsane, which is East London in the Eastern Cape. And I was very young at the time. I was in grade 3, which was standard 1 at the time. And when it came back, my father had some cows and sheep and all that, and dogs and chicken. And because I was a child, I don't even know what happened then. So when we were moved from Beaufort West, what is Western Cape. By the time we got to Mdantsane, my father was in pension. And he literally had nothing because everything, and I'm not aware ukuthi what did he get out of inkomo zakhe, igusha, ibokwe, and all that.
Guys, the land issue. How I feel about it, we need the land. But then the government must not just give us the land back without giving us the tools to work these lands.
The leaders that negotiated at the World Trade Center make provisions for expropriation without compensation. Now, if we start now tampering with our constitution, it will be carte blanche. Tomorrow, we don't know what is next. And I say, that's why I say some of the things is better left alone. For the, this issue of the land is just going to divide this country into pieces. There, the Zulu King is singing another story. Controllers are singing another story. Everyone wants land.
We were robbed by the constitution. We were robbed by OCRs, Even now, the constitution is not working on our favor, because it's a willing seller, willing buyer. But you can't buy if you don't have money. So the willing seller, willing buyer is for the elites. Does that mean land is available to the elites, those who have the power to buy? But what about my grandmother, my great-grandmother, who was robbed to sign a law, not knowing what she's actually signing her land away?
If the land can be owned by a state, I think lonto leyo izosiza nathi thina sibo businessmen sikwazi ukuthi sithenge imizi cheaper, sithenge imihlaba cheaper since umhlaba owned by a state, yabo. Because now we have a situation where you have to pay 20 years bond for umuzi, for umhlaba, the land that you would have actually gotten the land for cheaper. Like when you go back in rural areas, you just need to have a bottle in the case, so that you can have that land.
I just don't feel like the government should own all the land as well. I feel that South Africans as individuals would be able to own their own set of land and not owned through the government. Because the thing is, then it's a political thing. Yes. And it will keep on being a political thing. And I just feel like it's not like individualized,
Uguti, let's share it. Let's not take it from them. Now, but they must understand Uguti Vele. Originally, Babel Tati unlawfully. Okay, that is history. You know what I'm trying to say? That is history. Kotagi, Abari share it, let's share. Now let them share is still stable. You know what I'm saying? Banga be greedy. But share is skill good. Okay, guys, here is the land. This is how you utilize it. This is what you can do with it.
Land should be distributed back to the people in a manner that is understandable and ethical and reasonable. And also
Correct,
that
yes.
the large agricultural institutions should not be targeted because Food is a massive thing in our country,
Yeah.
and also the export of that food.
The most important questions that we need to answer is who and what are we actually going to do with the land when we gain it back?
The land is going to come to me, a person who did not study agriculture. The land is going to come to me, a person who do not have the funds to buy a tractor or seeds or whatever fertilizers to plow those lands. So the government needs to give us the land back, yes. But also we need to look at the other point. There are people who are in government already who are pushing this agenda, whereas they know they are actually going to benefit more from this whole thing.
It's not only about plowing, because there's this thing of, or this debate, ukuthi if we get land, sizoyenzani ngayo? Is it all about plowing phela? So land is not all about plowing, and land doesn't deteriorate. Umhlaba awuboli yabo. So whether awumile ihlahla wenzani, you can always use it for whatever purpose yabo.
Agriculture is South Africa's biggest income because we don't produce anything else. And as long as that's still intact, and I think with the same principle, like give honor where honor is due, and yeah.
So the politicians need to think about how they can make us interested in agriculture, how they're going to introduce it to us so that we can make it work for the economy, and how we as young people can introduce our ideas that are much more innovative, that are much more forward compared to the leaders that we have right now.
Sinemihlaba futhi nasemakhaya emininzi kakhulu emikhulu akho nto esiyenzayo. Amasimi emakhaya alele akho nto eyenziwayo. Kodwa apha sifuna imihlaba, and then emva kokuba xa sifuna uthatha lo mhlaba sifaka imikhukhu kule mihlaba. Akho nto esiyenzayo, siqosha amabhizinisi, emva koko sizaphinda sifuna ukutya sesifakele imikhukhu sizawutya ntoni xa kuzawuhamba abo-businessmen.
But also considering the fact that we've disconnected from the land for so long, I may have to reintroduce myself to the land. Learn how to farm again. But we don't farm. But that's because we have not farmed for too long. It doesn't mean we are not interested. It's something that we can regain interest to. That we can reconnect with the land. We've disconnected with the land.
Scotland, Marikana, we are still occupying the piece of land. We are going to occupy another land at Ikuruleni. We are going to occupy Johannesburg. We are going to occupy. Element Mashaba must be aware we are coming to occupy the land. If they know us, we are going to fight against that land because they belong to us. It's our land.
What I would do with the land, personally, I love animals, I love livestock, and I love vegetation. So I would definitely plant, and I would also have livestock on my land.
I have so many ideas that I want to do. I want to open a school. I want to respond to the. I want to respond to maybe food security crisis that is creeping in all over Africa. Even globally.
With the land in the Western Cape, the fruits there, which mostly now they are dominated by abantu abamhlophe, so ikwepile, igarnati, grapes and all that. I would start there and dilime zona, but again, I don't know where to start.
The type of land that I want is the private-owned land that is in the suburbs, because people think that it's all about farming and being in agriculture and all of that. And mind you, we as young people aren't so informed about the agricultural side of things. We're much more in the city, we're much more urban developed.
I'd plant a church.
Plant a church.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe put something up there and rent it out.
I would also develop a traditional African center. As much as when we are at school, we get taught our Lord's Prayer, we get taught religion, we must have a center that teaches our black children about their roots. I'm 29 years old. I only learned isiThakazelo Sam last year. My parents are dead already. None of them knew isiThakazelo Sabo. So I took it upon myself to go learn that. But then this center of mine is going to teach black kids of what was demonized, was painted as demonic things to them. It's actually their power. It's actually our power. The time has come for us black kids to take back what is rightfully ours. But we will not be able to make that work if we do not go back to our roots and hold on to that and actually bring fire to what it is that made Abakhokho nabamkhulu bethu survive. Kamako.